Last time that I was hoping. Sup, guy? Oh my fucking god.
Oh, we're live as I'm
Yeah, that's good.
posting the status about it.
Unless everything froze. There it is.
Who's ready for some fun?
Alright.
Good morning, Phyrexia.
Our most professional intro yet.
Yeah, we're pretty good at this. Sorry, we're currently posting to Facebook about how people should watch this show.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna shamelessly self-promote in the mead channel.
Ooh.
Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna crack this mead in a second. I'm gonna tell these people that I'm gonna. We also have some other things to talk about, like actual, stuff going on in Magic. We could mention on this Magic the Gathering stream. I don't know. Seems like a dumb idea.
Stuff happens in Magic?
Stuff is going to.
That's weird.
Well, you know.
I do.
Strixhaven coming up.
That's right. Strixhaven coming up. That should be exciting.
Yeah. Alex, tell us all about that.
So once every 2 or 3 months or so, Magic puts out another set of about 300 some odd cards. We understand how Magic prints things. Get it? So I guess they're just going to be more guilds, but we'll call them colleges, so that'll make them somehow different. I'm assuming there will be less demons, like Rakdos.
That's
and
true.
Instead just be a black-red guild of snotty wizards.
Yeah. They're called colleges this time, and I remember thinking and saying to Alex, I wouldn't mind if they did guilds again, and they're just colleges now, if it was like, this is the Boros College of Tactics and Warfare or whatever. But it wouldn't really make sense for
they're
Rakdos.
known for.
Yeah. Although, no, you know what? The Rakdos College of Theater, right?
Oh, yeah, true.
Theater and Pyrotechnics.
To be honest, I would actually appreciate that way more than... just don't name them. Just call it Rakdos. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Well, we're going to start calling it mana value instead of converted mana cost, so... I guess we'll retcon all of Rakdos.
Yeah. Converted mana cost is now mana value, which I think is cool because it's shorter, and you only have so much room on that card.
That's true, it is shorter.
And you'll see that's a Strixhaven card, and it's a flippy card, which I love.
I really like how the symbol for it, that owl, is specifically like the first card from Strixhaven.
Oh yeah,
it's
a Strix. I happen to know.
Baleful Strix.
Yeah.
It comes into play and you draw a card. And it might be a 1/1 flying Death Touch, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was printed in Time Spiral the first time around. So.
Yeah.
It's just cool that there's been references to Strixhaven throughout all of Magic.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of whenever it's like, oh, it's been here the whole time. Like, Teferi, there's Teferi's puzzle box, way back in 2nd edition.
Yeah, right, before we printed a Teferi.
Yeah.
And again, how Yawgmoth got printed 30 years after the game mentioned him.
Yeah.
And Urza.
Yeah.
Just happy they made an Urza that wasn't specifically from an unset.
Yeah. Although his thing was cool. It was
It was awesome. Yeah, you go online and randomly generate an ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just didn't make much sense, so we'll print him on the dumbest card ever. Man's got an activated ability, a triggered ability, and a state-based effect. Wait.
Static ability.
Static ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tap a fucking untapped artifact out of blue.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's not even artifacts have tap. No, he taps it, so don't worry about haste.
Right, exactly.
Awesome.
Yep. I know. I'm
fan.
aware. Wait a minute, you mean I just paid 7 mana for this mere battle sphere and it gets me 5 mana?
Yeah. 5 mana back. Cool, I'll use that to clone it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get a Guild of Lotus.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I think is cool is they're doing... We saw Flamethrower Sonata. Here's the other side of it. Ward 2. There was a great article. They were talking about how they couldn't really decide about how they want cards to be protected. So they did, Indestructible is one thing. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shroud, they tried. And then it was like, well, people assume that you can still target it. So that's different.
Right.
So they did Hexproof. And I think they said, well, it's kind of a lot.
We used to refer to Hexproof as Troll Shroud.
Yeah.
Because it was originally printed on the Troll aesthetic.
Yeah. It was originally just... Yeah.
Amazing. So good.
And it was they were huge fans of, a simple card gives a creature hexproof and +1/+1. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they got Ward now, which that's gone already. Here, let's bring that back up. counter this when it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. Counter it unless that player pays cost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just always a fan of when there's a parameter on an ability, because it might be like ward, sacrifice a creature, or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd definitely like to see that. How, yeah, like it would be like Reinforce 2 or Monstrous 5, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see... To be honest, the one thing that it makes me excited for would be ward counters. Like, distribute a ward counter on amongst 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah.
So now you would have to pay an additional 1 to target that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Well, that'd be
that would be
distributed
really cool.
a ward 1 counter. So what happens if it's like distribute a ward 1 counter and a ward 2 counter? Then you have to pay 3, I guess, yeah.
Well, yeah, I would imagine that each, like, much like Bushido, like
Yeah.
each instance of Bushido stacks. So,
Yeah.
like, you go from Bushido 1, and then if you give it another Bushido counter, it would be Bushido 2.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine, like, ward would just be 1 unless specified otherwise.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So, like, you just put a ward counter on it, and now can't counter unless you pay 1. And then you proliferate a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have to pay 8 in order to target my guy.
Yeah. And you know what a great thing to target your guy with is? Swords to Plowshares.
Agreed.
So they do the, like, alt art border things.
Mm-hmm.
Strixhaven is going to have Mystical Archive. So here's what Swords to Plowshares looks like with a Mystical Archive art border. Pretty cool. But you know what's way cooler is what Japan gets.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. And then if you buy the, like, more expensive version box, how they have the, like, 3 different types now, then you can also hopefully get one. How about it, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some of this mead.
Yeah. This is... I posted a link in the Discord for, what you call it? Doing the Most. Hell yeah. You know what else is cool? Demonic Tutor. Oh, yeah, I forget what the art is, but it looks great. Probably the best.
Do we clink these together?
Sure, why not? Scald, I guess. Oh, God! Medical attention break. No.
Oh, that tastes like Scandinavian warrior's life essence.
Way more tart than I remember last time. Although, that's good. I think I have
It's like
more cherries this time.
sweeter than I remember it being.
Yeah? Hmm.
Yeah, like somewhere between juice and wine.
I guess, yeah.
It's good.
Mm.
It's like if I didn't have to drive home eventually, I would probably drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then be very stupid, but whatever. Only Hellcaster will be here to judge me.
So far. Well, I saw Joe. He got first. And ever faithful MTG bot. I think I kind of glazed over it. But first off, I played the Seal of Orichalcos.
God! You know, once you play it, it can't be unplayed.
Oh, so it's done. That's just in play.
Forever now.
I thought it was like the game. If the game ends...
Yeah, one of us loses our soul.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's up until the end of the first game.
Right.
Then I have to, play it again. Can I queue up a second one for the second game?
I don't think they ever played multiple in one game. Which, God, could you imagine if Yu-Gi-Oh played by Magic rules? I play the Seal of Orichalcos, and then a copy enchantment.
Skin divination. Joke's on the seal. We don't have souls anymore. It's true.
Wow, well done, Outcaster. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Long-awaited tech update.
I just got to look down at my screen to watch you play the Seal of Orichalcos again.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Long-awaited tech update. So expect this episode far less what just happened 30 seconds ago. Hopefully I'll know. So that's pretty cool.
Because God knows I wasn't paying attention.
Well, no, we do like go back and forth with a lot of like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, there was that guy last week. I hope he shows up again. The guy that
Like, who happened to remember? Yeah.
Yeah, the one who reminded me to draw a card for my turn.
Mm.
How do you forget Christmas?
Mm.
I've always said that the draw step is like Christmas morning.
Yeah. That's why you love your Wheel of Fortune. 7 times Christmas.
7 Christmases.
Yeah.
And I get to throw away the last shitty 3 days.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, and I can throw away the 7 pairs of socks I got last Christmas. Yeah.
Listen, the socks are my favorite part.
Yo,
about
for real?
Christmas.
Yeah. I know it's like a joke, but for real.
No, and like 31 years old, my parents finally realized that like, wow, wool socks are nice.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yes, I have no fucking circulation in my body.
Action-packed commentary. Additional hot take. If Broku's basilisk would bind you, then I submit that the possibility that you're a brain in a jar should free you. Just so that we're all over the map on this stream.
Yeah, I don't even know where that's coming from.
Just happened to think about it.
Okay.
And I said I have no excuse to say it to anyone.
Then say it out of context.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's an additional hot take. Like, wool socks are good, and also Roku's basilisk is not valid.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
I like wool socks. Let us know in the chat how you feel about wool socks.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing the bracket. Tonight's the semifinals. We got here, I'll just throw that up there. We got a Marwin Zaxara.
Oof.
I think Alex's money's on Marwin. Mine too, I think. Weekly so, but...
My money's on Marwin, and I want nothing more than to get her out of this tournament.
And then Niv Mizzet 8.5 Tails.
I will be playing 8.5 Tails tonight, strictly because it's been around for longer.
He predicts Marwin. Alright,
Yeah.
see you in a second.
Yeah, we know.
He has to brew up some caffeine in the hotel.
Oh, I did this on purpose, too.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a Gilmore's Glorious Good shirt.
Love that.
It is the most comfortable shirt I own.
Oh, there.
I really, really like Critical Role. I've been, it got me through a fucking pandemic. But, just the quality of their shirts is incredible.
Mm.
Even if they weren't on weekly and I spend 5 hours a week just hanging out with them, they have some pretty high quality shirts. Even if Laura Bailey doesn't know how to talk about them.
Yeah. Yeah, like they do the ad segment, and then Sam Riegel will do something, and he understands what I agree with, which is any good ad segment ends with an apology to the sponsor.
Absolutely.
And then, so I watch that, and then skip through the real ads, because it's yeah, you got merch, all right, fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if I wanted to know your merch, I would just go onto your website.
Yeah. Although, you know what? If they have an RSS feed of their merch site, I'd subscribe to that, check it out. Be like, oh, hey, new shirt.
Any excuse to look at Laura Bailey some more. Sorry, Travis. Though not really. Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh no! Sam, the only man I ever loved.
Yeah.
Travis just gives it that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were doing that joke, and it was they were saying about Sam, oh yeah, Cryptotic Override, the only woman you've ever loved. Does his wife watch this show?
Yeah, right.
Oh, and I also forgot to mention, I broke the YouTube playlists into more sections.
Oh yeah.
So that should be slightly more browsable.
Yeah, so now you can tell which ones have the new microphone and is more tolerable to watch.
Yeah, as opposed to we have every episode ever going back.
Yeah.
And then mostly that was because people said you shouldn't have 3-hour episodes. And we did start splitting them, but that way the unsplit ones are back in the archive where they belong.
Yeah, right, all the way at the beginning of time.
Yeah. And that's section 0. And we're going to debut segment... What's that?
Nothing, I'm agreeing with Outcaster. I think it's going to be Niv Mizzet and Marwin in the finals as well.
Nice.
As much as I love 8.5 Tails, I don't think he's going to stand up to Niv Mizzet as well as I want him to.
It's true. Yeah, 8.5 Tails is very if you're trying to deal with me, I can stop it, and if Mizzet is not interested.
Yeah, no, Niv Mizzet's just going to target my face the entire time, and I'll probably just die. But that's okay, I built both the decks, so...
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
We're going to debut Question 0 Origins. Very exciting.
Oh yeah, new advertisement, or segment, I guess?
Yeah, segment. It's hard to really define it, given that it doesn't have a purpose or point.
Yeah, but they just call me Alex.
That's true.
Come on. That was good. Awesome.
Yeah. So, as I'm fond of saying, enough of this dumb nerd shit. Let's play Magic the Gathering.
I love that idea. See you over the table, guys.